We're good to go.
Yes. That's all. Now,
That's awesome.
there we go. Okay. And I just got
And we got a message. Dude, we could
from
totally,
somebody.
Totally.
Brent Rafford. Can't fucking...
You know what we should
a
do?
lot of shit to do here.
Dude, do you know what we should do? We should make it so people can fucking type in while we're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
To do what now?
Call-in show, but just type. Like
Type
on a
it in.
Facebook or something like that. Fuck yeah, that'd be funny as hell.
I gotta
Come
fucking...
on.
I gotta tell him. Hold on. I gotta
Everybody
tell
like,
him I'm
"What's
doing
up,
the
douche?"
podcast right
And we
now.
It's not an endorsement.
Neither is this. So bad for you. Also, not an endorsement.
Not an endorsement. No way.
Whoops. I just posted in the wrong thing here.
We know, dude. We can see.
Yeah. That's right. Fucking retarded. Hold on. I gotta... It's pretty sad. I don't even know the website to the podcast. I gotta fucking type it into a
It's
search
New
engine.
England Experience.
A Roostic,
Something. A
right?
Roostic Experience, yes.
A
I'm thinking of
Roostic.
Rick. New England blog couple.
X.
Yeah, the Aroostook County experience.
What's yes?
Yeah.
You sent it to me in a message earlier.
I know. I just I didn't have it. Oh wait, I do have it saved. What the fuck am I doing? Right there.
Not
All I
thinking.
do is go there. Copy. Boom. And we'll give that to him. There we go.
Enjoy.
There you go, Brent Rafford.
Brent Rafford. You're a rock star.
Yeah,
I, don't
buddy.
know,
Cool
I don't know who you are.
He's cool as shit. Okay.
Cool.
Can we hear a little better now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear.
There we go. All right.
Yay.
Hello, world.
Hello, world. Are we on?
I guess, where's...
I don't know.
we just started. I gotta fucking... Oh, hang on. Where's my phone at?
Over here, right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
My phone's there?
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I had to not mistake it with
So-
my phone.
The first thing we should put out... I just posted it on Facebook. But the first thing we should put out is that I put my phone number on there, too. And I got a wonky-ass little way that I can take phone calls right into this mic. And we can all hear them, and they can get recorded and everything. It
Oh,
took
cool.
a while to figure this out.
Nice.
This fucking...
Wonky's cool.
It's a wonky.
Right?
Wonky.
All I gotta do...
Wonky is a technique.
Wonky is a technique in Eric's book. Yeah,
Right.
Wonky.
Let's see.
Whoops.
Oh, wow,
There we
dude.
go. We're phone
That's
call
really cool.
capable. Yeah, it took a while to fucking figure that out.
That's
The
great.
answering the
Boss.
call is a little tricky, but I gotta bring it down some. that's all.
Speakerphone, man. Speakerphone.
There we go. Yeah, that's all I do.
Yep.
Speakerphone it and fucking. But that's just if anybody
Yeah.
calls in. I gotta turn it up.
That's awesome.
Somebody should call in. That would be amazing.
There we go. Can you guys hear me?
I can
as
hear
well?
you.
Yes, can you hear me?
Maybe it's just I just like having fucking loud headphones. There we go.
I can hear you great.
Do you guys want a little more headphones?
I'm good.
You sure?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little hot.
Conceited, man. Conceited.
So, what to talk about? First official podcast. I'll call this the official. I mean, I did two more before, but it was just me. It wasn't the same.
Yeah.
You're,
Wasn't very good.
You're getting it down.
Yeah, it was getting. I don't know. It gets old after a while just
No.
talking to yourself. You know what I mean? It's different. It's different if you're like doing like those. I used to do those videos on like Facebook and shit. And I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
post a video because I get tired of. But then that's meant to be like that. You know what I mean? But even then, after you do fucking podcast by yourself, it sucks.
Well,
You gotta
yeah.
have wingmen.
That's what I do. When I make my rant videos, that's what I do. I point my phone at myself. I
Right,
yell
right.
At it, but no, you're right. Podcast with yourself are kind of bleh.
Yeah, it gets. I don't know. It gets old. There's a lot of dead time.
I would think without a script, you know.
What's that?
Without a script, it must
Yeah.
be horrible to.
Yeah. Well, at least
Talk
with
to
like a
someone.
video, you know what you're going into. Okay, I'm gonna make
Yeah.
this video. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But podcast is just kind of off the cuff. You know.
Yeah, off the cuff.
So, one of the things we were talking about what we were going to talk about, like what we were going to talk about, well, whatever. One of the things that I had saw today was actually I can pull it right up here too. That's
Which
Nobody-
is cool, 'cause
anybody watching it can't see it, but
we can. There is a way that you can do it.
there it is. I just don't know.
Not right now. It's good. It's good enough that we're here right now.
I can't even believe it's finally all running. It's ridiculous.
You guys have no idea.
Yeah, about an hour. For anybody watching, there's about an hour at least of fucking around. Well, probably more like 2 hours. Well, an hour and a half
Tapping
of fucking
our
around
mics.
with audio. It was ridiculous. There's so much shit going on in this. Now I can't even remember what I was looking for. I don't want to take up the whole screen, but fuck, what was it?
I don't know. You said we were talking about what we were going to talk about, and you thought about something.
I know I can't even remember what it was now. The Catholic Church, dude. There was I was curious. I was curious how many cases of sexual abuse have been in the Catholic Church, and it ended up coming out to be like it was like over 3,000 cases in the last like 50 years, which is that to me that's a lot, dude. If Walmart had that, you know what I mean? It'd be like instantly, why the fuck is everybody getting molested at Walmart? You know, but they had all these. I mean, everybody's always heard about how they like place them in different spots when they get busted, and they'll just they bypass the whole. That's the biggest thing that freaks me out about it is they completely bypass the whole legal system.
Oh yeah,
they don't even. There's been a couple times where people have taken a small claims court, but nobody's not small claims, but civil court.
Yep.
But nobody's really been convicted.
No.
It's we're after your money, and they've paid out. They paid out like $40 million on one to like 12 people. That one guy had molested, and there was another one that was like I think it was like $1 billion, but it was to like 1,300 people or something like that. That only like 200 people had, or 200 other whatever priests and cardinals or whatever else. And the thing that's fucked up is that what we were talking about earlier today, we were talking about like the Pope and the smoke fucking coming out of the thing. Everybody's waiting for all the last few weeks, or I don't even know if did they pick somebody?
Yeah. The Saint Pope Francis.
Yeah, it's Francis
from was it Argentina? Yeah. So
that guy. And more importantly, the guy before him, for sure the guy before him, because he was just there before, he's the one who fucking puts these priests in other places after they've molested fucking 20 kids here. They bypass the whole system and fucking, we'll just take him out. No, we'll deal with it. Don't worry. We got him. We took him out of there.
Yep.
And they put him on another continent.
Yes.
In the same position, not always in the same position, but still around kids and nobody knowing, you know. And that dude, if it was any other organization other than a church, it would not be accepted.
Not at all.
If it was Walmart or McDonald's, say you work at McDonald's and fucking one of the people there are fucking molesting everybody kids that come into the store.
Yep.
You know, molesting the young kids that are working there, like raping them.
Yeah.
In the back room. And that'd be like the people that got raped by him and molested, they come up and do this fucking crew chief is fucking me for years and it took me forever to come out.
Yep.
They just take him, don't worry, we got it. And they put him in another McDonald's, dude. What the fuck?
That wouldn't happen. It'd be more
I
like a
know, it would be
lynch
instant
mob.
fucking lynch mob.
Yeah.
But because this dude fucking, he's the Pope. It's fucking bullshit, dude. This dude, the dude before was an asshole.
Oh yeah.
And not because he was an asshole, but he's just asshole by fucking
by default.
By the point of it, yeah, by default, yeah. Just for fucking doing that, being any way near a part of that.
Yeah, well,
and not even that. In a real scenario like that, the dude would have gone to jail for molesting.
Oh, yeah.
People would have outcried for that.
for life.
And the guy fucking the cover up. Those people would be fucked. They'd never work in. So at the very least, the Pope should be just stripped of any fucking title. The one that, you know, when they find that out. But no, they don't do that.
No, not at all.
They get a new guy in who's going to do the same fucking shit, dude.
And, well, yeah. And stop to think of that for a second. You got all the ones you know about. How many don't you know about?
Oh, yeah. Way more, dude. It's an unnatural. Me and Kimmy were just talking about this today. It's an unnatural thing. Here's the weird thing. This is a weird stance to take. But it's not that I don't blame the priests themselves, the ones that did the diddling. They made their choice. But, and it's fucked up. And it almost sounds like I'm coming to their defense, but I am and I'm not. They're in an impossible situation. You're not allowed to fuck. and you're not allowed to jerk off.
Yep.
Right.
But the Bible technically doesn't say shit about fucking little boys. It's shitty to say, dude, but it really doesn't. It doesn't say don't do that.
Well, I mean,
that's how they must justify it like that. They must. But regardless of that, I mean, all funny aside, it's an unnatural thing for us as humans to be in that spot of I'm not allowed to do what I most want to do.
Yep.
It's a horrible. I mean, existence has got to be. It's complete celibacy. It's ridiculous to expect anybody to be able to function normally in that.
Yep.
For sure, half of those dudes must lose it mentally
totally.
somehow. Maybe not to like the extreme degree. You're like, wow, that dude's crazy. But when you find out he's been fucking little boys for fucking a while, wow, that dude's fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
Or call it a sickness or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
really?
I mean, I hate to call it a sickness. No, but it's not. It's better to put it like it's not an excuse, but it's a reason. There's a difference. An excuse gets you off the hook, but a reason is clearly why you did something.
But the bigger picture is how many of these situations can the church sweep under the rug?
Oh, tons, dude.
Oh,
and it's never stopping, dude. You're
And
talking
there's
about
never a lump in the carpet. It just keeps.
yeah, exactly. Because the fucking big carpet, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got a lot of clout, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of clout. Couple thousand years, anyway.
It's like the South Park episode. Remember that one with all the Catholics and the friggin' thing?
I
that
haven't
worship
seen nearly as much South Park as I should. I've seen a bunch.
You
and I
have to
fucking-
watch that one. 'Cause you know what I'm talking about. It's all these priests in a room and they worship like a big insect, right?
Yeah, that's the funniest thing about it is if you took any religion, especially the Catholic one, because that's the funniest one to me, because of the what's the word the pompousness of it all, the theatrics,
The
you know,
ideology.
yeah, and the wizard outfits and the fucking,
Stained
you know,
glass.
that's what it is, dude. You look at the Pope; he's wearing a wizard outfit. It looks right out of I'm a wizard.
shall
would
not
just
pass.
you have the outfit.
Yes.
But the nutsy part about it is if you took any religion, especially that one, and it didn't exist for 2,000 years, imagine it just started today. It would be laughed off the fucking face of the earth.
Absolutely.
Dude. Everybody would be instantly, what? You're fucking,
You're gonna
wear a
scare
wizard
me? outfit
and
and
talking
scare
about,
me into believing.
yeah, exactly. Everything about it would be ridiculous. What? You can't fuck? You can't even jerk off? What the fuck kind of horrible shit are you trying to sell?
Listen,
you
if
know?
I was put in that scenario, dude, like diddling kids, it'd be the worst. No, I would probably go on a rampage and kill people.
Right,
All
right,
that
right.
testosterone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So, no.
I don't know.
Neither do
I don't excuse it by any means, but that is the reason for it. Is an impossible situation. I'm not saying that every one of them does it, because I'm sure every one of them doesn't.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that even the people that don't aren't fucked up somehow in the head, man. That's just horrible to fucking to live like that.
Replace children with chickens.
yeah, something.
Something, yeah.
You know?
Well, there could be another reasoning, I guess. Like people say, like if you get diddled, you will diddle. That's not
Probably.
necessarily.
It's not
true.
always true.
Not
But that'd be
true.
like saying at the same time all priests are molesters. Well, not all of them.
But if you
probably a
know
good percentage.
it, and it's happened to you like all your life, because most of these kids start
Right.
kids and go way up to frickin' going to whatever they call it, the rectory or whatever, where they learn to be a priest.
Right.
This is happening to them that entire time, so they get a taste for it.
I would imagine there's definitely an argument for it, for sure. Because you could argue the same thing with like somebody who was beaten real bad when they were a kid. They very likely can grow up to be.
Yes.
But it's not. There's not like a. I don't know I guess I don't know the math on it. You know what I mean? Like I've never really looked at. But I've seen a lot just on that one. I've seen a lot of people get the shit kicked out of them by family or whatever when they were little, and they turn out to be an abusive person. But I've seen other ones that totally didn't. Went the exact opposite route.
Yep.
So I just can't.
Well, no, I'm not saying that's what I believe. What I'm
No,
saying is
but
that
it's a
could be
possibility for sure.
Oh
yeah.
You know what I mean? A scapegoat.
Right. A
Yeah.
fact. I bet you anything it's a factor for some, and it may even be the case like it's like that is literally the cause for some, but not for others.
No.
Maybe you know what I mean. You never. I don't know. Hard telling.
Listen, pedophilia is a huge thing, dude. There's so many weirdos. So you can't really stick it on one thing. You just got some messed up stuff going on up here.
I used to think like there's weird sides to that remember, like Chris Hansen when he would come over and fucking bust people, right? Well, one, it's entrapment. And just because it's pedophilia, it's a shitty thing, and it's almost like I'm glad to see what he's doing. It's like the best laid intentions, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's entrapping people. That here's the way I look at it, dude, is like this: if that dude, entrapment the best way I can explain it is when you see the ones, take the child pornography thing out of the equation.
Yeah.
The regular prostitutes, where they set up like a Miami Vice, a sting. Yeah, exactly. And the chick is a cop.
Yeah.
And most of the time, first of all, it's entrapment. They go and they solicit. Mm-hmm. And if you go with them up to the room, I mean, that's what. But they always pick this dude. They never pick like a Tom Cruise. They never pick the fucking Brad Pitt looking motherfucker.
They pick somebody that they can embarrass.
Yeah, they pick somebody that's just broken.
So they can
just
so they
fucking
can deliver a message to anybody
exactly.
else. Come and do this.
And it's a dude
going to
that's
happen to you, and you're going to feel like
exactly.
too. Yeah,
and they pick the susceptible guy, the guy that they know is gonna he'll do it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He never gets laid anyway.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. This broken dude that just clearly works a shitty job, and he just.
They beat him like a motherfucker too. They do that. Listen, if 12, 13-year-old girls should not be talking to some of these guys.
Right.
Well, that's the thing too with the Chris Hansen thing. You know, technically, the person that he's talking to via the binary code, the zeros and ones on the computer is all it is. Technically,
yeah. That's
the person that's typing in those words is an adult.
Right.
Yeah. In all technicalities.
Right. Yeah,
the girl that answers the door.
Even though, you thought it was a girl.
An adult.
But she's an adult. She looks like a girl.
An adult.
Yeah.
She looks
so
like
the entire time, technically, I mean,
there's no crime.
Yeah. Well, there really never was any crime.
It
was an intent of a crime.
Yeah,
so absolutely,
they need to make their list of broken people. I've seen that show so many times.
Me too. And it is. When you see the guys that actually come, you're like, okay, some of them for sure. Look, and he's got busted like 6 times before this. They pull up so they get some that I would agree with, but I just don't agree with the way they get them. That's all.
Yeah.
But the bigger thing is that nobody fucking points out is that they're missing. They're only getting one half of it. Like they're shooting for like. First of all, it's entrapment, and they, most of them guys. It's just like the dude. Walking down the street and gets propositioned by a vice cop prostitute. Yeah. He would have never gone out and looked for it. But when it comes right into your face like that, and it's a perfect opportunity, nobody's around, and you get put in the right situation, you can do shit that you would not normally do. And I'm not saying that it would excuse going after some 13-year-old, but those dudes, he might have a fixation for that, but he would have never gone out and looked for some chick, Yeah. But worse yet than that is that nobody asked the question if this was a real 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
We should also, if it wasn't a cop sting and they just found a chat between a 35-year-old guy and a 13-year-old girl, and they were going to meet up and they were going to get the fuck in at her house. It wasn't an entrapment or nothing. It wasn't a sting or anything. Just cops had found that. Well, yeah, okay, maybe you can bust that guy. But somebody needs to do something with that girl's parents, and what the fuck is she doing online trying to set up sex at her house? Where the fuck is... Nobody even asked that. Like, what kind of fucking 13-year-old is typing that shit?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
But they'll say that they do it from school. They do it on their mobile devices.
Well, that's clearly the other...
Anyway and anywhere,
Yeah, and they do. I mean, fuck. Dude, you see the shit that goes on Facebook, dude, and you just,
know what your kids are doing, man.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
And... The truth is, dude, I've never... the only time I've ever heard of anybody, at least the only real child molester I've ever really known, like heard of, was Michael Jackson. And even that wasn't really proven, but we all know it was. Pretty much. Pretty close. He did something.
Same thing as diabetes.
I think he was accused.
I think he was accused. I don't think...
I think he's guilty of being overly friendly.
Yeah, even though if he never really did anything crazy, You know, first he was sleeping in bed with strange kids. Even if nothing happened, that's fucking you're strange.
I never get the concept of you have to share your bed with a child.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's the most beautiful thing. Fuck, you're fucking weird, and you have a playground in your backyard.
It was the Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was.
Oh, he's just a kid at heart, or he's a molester. Nobody ever asked that. He's hanging around with Emmanuel Lewis and Gary Coleman and shit. The only adults that'll hang around just because they're little and they look like kids.
Shorter than my mic stand.
It's fucking ridiculous,
dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they only they only go after the fucking those poor broken bastards. I feel bad for that. Every time you see the prostitution bust, that's the one that they go for. The guy with the, it's almost like a caricature. Like that, it's always that guy. It's always the guy from that movie Office Space, the one that thought he was going to get fired the whole time, or the stapler, my stapler,
The big glasses,
right? That was that dude from News Radio. The fucking he was funny. I never noticed that was him in that until like way after I seen it. Yeah, that dude. Yeah. So I'm gonna need you to come in on Tuesday. Yeah. Time to play catch up. Yeah. When he was fucking Jennifer Aniston in that dream sequence. Oh yeah. He's got this coffee mug and shit.
Dude, listen. How professional are we that we're sitting here, checking our text messages while we're on the podcast?
Is that your soda, Brian?
Oh, did you just touch it with your foot?
No, I didn't. I was just pointing towards it.
Oh, it's closed. It's closed. You're good.
But is that when you're? How many sodas did you bring? Just enough for you. Did you? Well, I get other drinks, but we'll take a drink break in a little bit, I guess, or something. I gotta fucking get a.
Yeah, listen, and all right, we have the right to because it took us an extra hour.
Yeah, fuck it.
So you got to look up the new Pope. There's a thing going on right now where they're trying to bring up his past from South America, where he was involved in all this killing and.
Dude, they tried to say the last one was a Nazi.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it? Who was fucking saying it? The Nazi bit. That fucking Doug Stanhope. When we were watching the other night.
Funny guy. Funny guy.
Hilarious, dude. Yeah. But that was the old one. On the newer one, he was saying something about that. Okay, what were you looking up? The Pope?
Pope Francis.
Well, clearly, by the conversation we were just having, the Pope has to be a ruthless motherfucker in order to do what he does.
Yeah. That was his bit. He was saying something about like, he's like, they said he was a Nazi, and he's like, well, fuck, I hope so. It'd be a whole lot better, And he was basically making the comparison like that's the best thing you could have, is it?
A Nazi
the Argentina. There's some sort of thing with the Argentina.
Okay, new Pope.
Okay, so we can't totally say
Argentine journalist on new pontiff's ties to abduction of Jesuit priests.
What?
Yeah,
what?
Check that out.
He abducted priests?
Pope Francis.
Oh no!
Wait, no. Oh yeah. Is Pope Francis junta, and then passed? Okay. All praise for his work with the poor. Cardinal George now Pope Francis has long been dogged by accusations of his role during Argentina's military dictatorship.
Wow.
Yeah.
We speak to Horatio Verbitsky, leading Argentine journalist who exposed Francis' connection to the abduction of 2 Jesuit priests. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Verbitsky is an investigative journalist for the newspaper. Blah 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 blah. So yeah. Well, what the? So where's the story? I don't know. Oh wait, no. Okay. During the military dictatorship,
30,000 people were kidnapped and killed. Holy shit!
2005 lawsuit accused the Pope the new Pope of being connected to the 76 kidnappings of 2 priests, Orlando Yori and Francis. The lawsuit was filed after the publication of Verbitsky's book, The Silence, from Paul the 6th to the new one.
Uh-oh.
Is that that must be a new book then, right?
The Secret
because it's got his name in it.
Shameless plug.
The new pope has denied the charges. He twice invoked his right under Argentine law to refuse to appear in open court to testify about the allegations. Holy shit, dude. Holy. He pulled the fucking president.
And you guys picked them.
He pulled executive privilege, dude. Yeah. That's what he did. That's the religious equivalent.
Yeah.
I don't have to talk about it.
Religious
I'm the president. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And we didn't go to the moon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And there was only one shooter. Yeah. When he eventually did testify in 2010, human rights activists characterized his answers as evasive.
Well, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I am.
You guys must have seen the George Bush when he was lying.
It's sad. It angers.
You can so see
everything he says.
It just
most of the shit he says, you can just it's just America.
It's sad
America
that we have to take that.
Hold on.
It's sad that we just have to take that. They wanted to talk about stuff with us, and we talked.
Oh yeah,
That's the answer.
Dude, look at the choices we had. Like, we get stuck every time. You see, like, a GOP race or something, or a Democratic race if a Republican president or whatever. Yeah. But then you pretty much just get stuck with these two dudes.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. Romney and fucking Obama. Romney, the craziest thing, I heard about this on the Rogan podcast, dude. He's Mormon. And there's a sect of Mormons that moved away out of America way back and went down to Mexico. And they've stayed down there ever since, the whole family. That's where his dad's from. And that's why he lived in Mexico when he was a kid.
Yep.
Right.
And he came here, and they were still U.S. citizens. That's the only reason he could even run for president, I guess. But that there's a couple crazy things. One, the only reason they moved from the States to Mexico is because the States were putting them under pressure of their polygamy shit. They wanted to fucking have as many wives as they could have. Yeah. And so they just moved to Mexico. No laws, you know?
Right.
And so then they come back, but that tribe of Mormons stays down there, and they're huge now. Now they're in this crazy, huge war with all the drug czars down there, all the fucking drug cartels. And, like, machine guns, the Mormons on the fucking, they got forts and shit. They ain't fucking around, dude. They're in war. Yeah. And it's like a big, and they're holding up. It ain't like they're getting slaughtered. No. You know, they're in a fucking full-fledged war with all the cartels down there.
That's crazy.
And that's almost our president. He was almost fucking, dude. And nobody was bringing it up. No debate ever even touched it.
Ever.
And it was, everybody knew it for a while. Like, I had heard about it before they were done, you know, before they were done the president. It was during the presidential race, not the other guys like Ron Paul and all that.
This is the first time I'm hearing it.
Right. Nuts, dude. Yeah. Absolutely fucking crazy.
He's a scumbag
anyway. They really both. I don't think, unless you get like a Ron Paul or a severely outside the box cat, you're never going to see any different.
I don't understand though how we can.
Sorry, almost knocked that over.
It's close.
Dun, dun, dun.
You don't understand that? What?
I don't understand why, as citizens of this country, we have to take that.
We don't.
Yeah, but we have.
Well, we do. Yeah. We do, but we.
They give us
the problem is like guys like me and you won't. I don't vote for them dudes. People always give you shit about not voting, and I think it's bullshit. No. I'm not going to vote for less suckiness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Lesser of two evils.
Yeah. To me, it's like picking a job.
If you were going to be interviewed for be a CEO of a company, you had better be a smart motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
And be able to prove it.
Yeah.
Not just, my daddy was the president, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your family really
and
from?
Me and this guy are the only two guys we have to choose from out of 300 million people. I know. We're the best. That
take it.
Somebody decided somewhere, said we're the guys. So where do you want to go? You know, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. What? 300 million? And you guys got it? You sure?
Listen, there's
one runs companies into the ground. Yeah. The other one, not even sure if he's a U.S. citizen. Fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
There's a reason he wore a bulletproof suit.
Yeah.
On his
the worst one, well, I mean, the funniest one, and nobody will ever be able to top it, is that George Bush dude, George Bush Jr.
What a dipshit.
When he first even came, it was like, wow, dude. It was just, he came out of nowhere. And it was just like, wham, here you go. This is what. And he was just the funniest one ever. Everything he did was just a fucking complete bumble, dude.
Dumb, dude.
Making up words. Conservitude. You know? Ridiculous.
Yeah, conservitude.
They fooled me once and fooled me twice.
Oh, God.
We don't get fooled again. He gets all pissed off because he can't remember his stupid fucking... Yeah, he's fucking funny.
He's an idiot.
But yeah, total idiot. I don't know. It gets aggravating, but it'll never change. I won't vote for shitbag versus shitbag. I just don't vote, and it doesn't. People get all testy about that, but well, you can't complain. Yeah. But yeah, I have the right not to complain about it because I didn't pick either one of them fuckers.
Yeah.
You don't have a right to complain because you picked them.
Yeah.
You picked them.
Yeah.
If nobody voted, that'd be the one thing that we could do.
Yeah.
But you'd have to get everybody. But even if you got everybody, man, what a fucking awesome campaign that would be. Go like Brewster's Millions on them.
Yeah.
Remember that? None of the above? Yeah. That would be an awesome campaign to go on. Hugely funded, dude. Yeah. If you had like a Powerball winner take $200 million and just fucking go on a don't vote for anybody campaign. That would be the clincher. You still have people that would vote.
Yeah.
No matter what. But you would dwindle the numbers down so low that it would just be so obvious that this voting bullshit is bullshit.
Nah.
You know? But it doesn't even count. You look at how this shit really works. You can vote all you want. It's not it should be straight out a popular vote. Yeah. Whoever gets the most votes.
Yep.
But it don't work anything like that, dude. That thing was, the Electoral College, fucking ridiculous, dude. I can't even explain it because it's so complicated. Yeah. And so, but all I know is that it does not mean shit, whichever way you vote.
Nope.
Has nothing to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, literally a waste of time. I mean, it's literally almost a waste of time to even bother.
Yeah, well,
because they send a delegate, and then the delegate goes, and I don't know, it's all fucking bullshit.
It's all sorts of bullshit. Yeah, absolutely.
The only way to fix it, I think, would be to just fucking. You got to wait for the system to crash. They're just going to keep shuffling in new guys. You know, maybe we might get a woman someday. But
I think people need to stop putting so much faith in their government.
Yeah. It's a waste.
We have our own answers. And we need to back.
We know that shit's fucked up. We know they're fucking doing some crazy shit.
That doesn't mean you need to limit us on what we can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm tired of always having to play this game.
Yeah,
I'm tired of always having to the roundabout and we got to go to war, and then we go. We're still in the sinker of that one.
They're fucking. What's really awful, dude, is we haven't. They'll justify it by saying shit like we haven't been to war. We haven't been to war since World War II. Really, Vietnam was an incident. That was not a war. It was there hasn't been any. Not that I can't. Don't quote me 100%, but I don't think anything we've been involved in has been a war. There was
bombardment and invasion.
They call them the news will call them wars, the Gulf War.
There's a theatrical
and the Iraqi War.
Theatrical, big old theme,
right? But it's not. Iraqi it was never declared in Congress, so it wasn't really a. I mean, it was a war,
right?
But
when they go into when they go into fucking
operations.
When we went to Libya there it was a short time, but
it wasn't long at all.
But it was a big deal. We're going to Libya. We're already in Afghanistan and Iraq. Everywhere else is 4 wars, and you ran on a peace platform. We're going to stop all these wars. The first thing, we're going to get done in Iraq, done with Afghanistan. As soon as it gets in, where else can we go?
And then we kick in people's doors. And take over their
please.
How many fucking third world leaders can we assassinate?
Yeah.
They fucking assassinate. Osama bin Laden, killed him, and then weirdly dumped him into the ocean. That was a fucking genius move.
No. I don't even think that even happened.
No, probably not. But
as far as their story goes, I don't think it happened.
Did you? Speaking of bin Laden, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the rumor that he technically died like 6 months before that?
Yeah.
Of like cancer.
I don't.
Yeah. Have you seen?
There's so many things that could have happened.
There's a YouTube video. A guy did a really good comparison of a shot from bin Laden, and he lined up the faces.
Oh yeah,
and it was a Photoshop.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Really?
I think that there's a lot of people that say that the same thing you were saying about he may have died earlier.
Yeah.
And some people that say, well, yeah, they just killed him and they dumped him in the ocean. And then there's other people that say he's still alive. That wasn't him in that fucking... Because they show and there's a lot of tapes from way back.
The character does not exist.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the character does not exist as a real human.
I think the guy probably is real. I don't think he's responsible for as much as people like to give him credit for. I don't... And more importantly, our government likes to give Al-Qaeda this big credit for...
Yeah.
I think they blow it out of proportion just to keep the fearmonger up.
Oh, absolutely.
DEFCON 4.
Absolutely.
You know, and fucking...
What really have they done since September 11th?
Nothing.
You know, exactly.
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
Fucking stand up. Not one fucking terrorist has put a fucking flaming bag of shit on some Republican's doorstep. Not one.
I read in the news this morning that they actually had an incident on an airplane where, or it was on the subway in Chicago, and they have these Viper teams that they've installed in our police force, their Vice squads. It's definitely a hup kind of crew, but they're they're tactically trained to they have nuclear smelling devices if something goes off and if someone has a nuclear device on a train. They installed it ever since the Madrid. The bombing in the train stations. So
right.
Train stations in the U.S., they've got these Viper teams, apparently. And they just had an incident just the other day where a guy went and got radiation treatment. And he...
no.
And he set off the alarm. And next thing he knows, he's got hup people on with their machine guns coming on the train.
Yeah.
They were really cool about it, I guess. It didn't pan out into a big old deal. I guess you can get presented with a card or whatever. A doctor will
right. They know,
yeah. This is why
they investigate after they put the butt of their gun up the thing.
Yeah,
but they were cool about it.
The guy came up. The cop came up to the guy apparently, and the guy next to him and says, "Why is your bag?" Giving me such high readings, and the guy's like, "Oh, I just had radiation treatment," and it was all cool.
Yeah,
but, geez, really?
That's fucking
wow. Viper teams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for a
police.
radiation thing, maybe, but the crazier thing is when you mentioned that fucking that bombing. I think it was the Madrid one that was the subway bombing.
Yeah.
That it was they were actually doing drills in that train station about a subway bombing, right?
9/11.
Yes, exactly. Well, they said the same thing. They were doing the same thing in 9/11. They're doing an operation on fucking what we would do if two planes hit the World Trade Center.
But guess what? We're going to do it all the way over on the up near Alaska.
We're not going to run the simulation of that exact event right in the vicinity of where that exact event would be. No. That doesn't make any sense. That's the craziest thing. Even if none of the other conspiracy shit, that at very least would be an amazing enough coincidence to make me go, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Something was going on there.
Dude,
just that one thing.
Listen straight up, they got to thin the herd somehow. It's that simple.
Yeah.
That's how I think on
You
that whole thing.
had that one thing with Building 7?
Oh, please.
Total,
Please.
somebody, I don't know what. That's where the conspiracy nuts go too far.
Well, I think we might even be beating this one into the ground.
Totally.
I think so many Americans are just, if they're not cued in yet, they are really dumb. You need to cue in and do your research on YouTube.
I think that's why, is because most people don't cue in because they believe
the bigger thing is, I think too, is a lot of the fucking, a lot of the people that say that there was a conspiracy and whatnot. They go too far. They go like, I know it was this, and it was George W. Bush and Dick Cheney, and they had this plan, and they did this. I know some shit. I know a lot of shit. It's fucked up.
You know the whole story,
but I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
But I know
but
that
you know
the
what
story
it's
that's
not.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
I
what
know.
it's not.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what that thing on the floor is, but I know it's not a cuddly teddy bear. It's a pile of something, and I don't know what it is, but I know what it's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not what we've been fed.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of truth somewhere. I'm sure maybe Osama bin Laden was a part of it. Maybe he was the one that directed it, but somebody fucking either knew what he was going to do and they were in cahoots, or somebody directed him to direct. Or something.
I think most of your logical people know nowadays. It's like one of those things when you're like a little kid. You like tell somebody, well, there's no monster in the closet.
Yeah.
But a little white lie or something.
Yeah.
Tell a kid this so they're not scared of something or whatever.
Right.
People recognize when, hey, come on.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
The worst one I don't get, though, is how the amount of people that don't even know about some commonly known things that are commonly to us anyway, or commonly to the people that actually look at YouTube. I mean, that's really why there's so many conspiracy nuts, I think. YouTube is a big one. I mean, that's it's a feeding ground, man.
Yeah, but
not that it makes it bad.
What about the people that are in our government? Isn't that a conspiracy they're trying to feed themselves to?
Right.
The Federal Reserve, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking, I had an incident a couple years back. I was flying out of Bangor, and it was like a week after the SEAL team has apparently gone into Pakistan and taken out Osama.
Right.
And the guy's like, I hadn't flown since like 96.
Right.
So I was like, I had like my lighter and everything in my pockets.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, what can I bring? What can I not bring? Oh, it's okay. Just put those back in your pockets. We're on upper alert. Since Osama got killed, we're on a higher alert of awareness. And and he started feeding me this bullshit.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like looked at him like, really, dude? Seriously? Really?
Well,
you really believe that? And it's their conspiracy.
You know what that is? You know what that is too? Is that some fucking really what you have there is a fucking probably not very well educated, just fucking dude who would be working at any other schlub job.
Yeah.
They're not they're dressed like they're military. They're not military, dude. They don't do anything with it. They're just they're rent-a-cops. Yeah.
They do it proper.
And and some of them take that fucking that power trip. It's hard not to do that, I'm sure. It's got to be hard, dude. They give you a badge and a name tag and an outfit that looks like a cop, and you get this kind of, the TSA, they kind of get like a position of authority. They can fuck with you if you want.
Dicks, dude.
I know. Some of them, I'm sure, are nice. But there's a big...
Dude, you put a cop on the street, he's not going to stop every single person that crosses.
No. Yeah. Totally. But they're supposed to... I mean, I'm not justifying it. I fucking think it's a waste of time. I'm not saying there shouldn't be security there. There should be some form of security.
Yeah.
In a mass transit. I get it. But what... I don't...
To the level of authority, my last trip, I flew out of the Portland Jetport, and I had gone down and I got my boarding pass, or so I thought, and I went down at the gate and got my pass, and I went back up, and the screening and everything is upstairs in Portland, and I went upstairs, and you have to walk through this big old aisle, even though it's a big open room with a big old airplane hanging up and whatever, and it's just big open room. You have to walk down this corridor of all these like roped off, like in a bank or whatever, but it's really, really long. You have to walk this maze to get to this guy in the blue shirt, and I give him my paper, have to present an ID, and he looks at me, looks at the ID, looks at my thing, and says, "You don't have the proper boarding pass." Well, the Yahoo downstairs forgot to give me the other half of my boarding pass. He gave me my ticket and not my boarding pass, some other thing. So I had to go back downstairs. And mind you, I am about 5 hours early.
Right.
I had to take the bus down. And what are you going to do in Portland? Just go to the airport and hang out for 5 hours for the flight, right? So that's what I ended up doing. And I went back downstairs and said, "Hey, yeah, you forgot to give me my other piece I need." "Oh, yeah, okay, cool." Guy prints me up a fresh one. I go right back upstairs. I'm still the only person in line, and I go down. And I get there again.
Like a Benny Hill scene.
And I get there again, and it's the same guy in the blue shirt who I have to dig out my ID again.
I know.
Really? Seriously?
I know. That's fucking then they're just fucking, come on. You're just that was like, remember when Food Trend did that? When they fucking, no matter what age you were, for a while, for like a year, dude, every fucking person 90 years old, do you have can't sell you cigarettes.
Yep.
No
dude,
ID.
That's scary.
They don't do it now. They stopped.
Yeah, but when those laws first started getting really enforced, I mean, you can lose your job just like that.
Yeah, but that one,
So
they went
overboard.
They went overboard. Yes,
Big
that's
time.
what they were the only sort of do that I knew of. I mean, there was you're supposed to look over 37 or something
it's like
that.
37 and have ID.
But it was just like they went that super extra mile. They went the TSA route.
Dude, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're fucking everybody, no matter what, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I hate it when they have like a fucking old people, dude. The old man all crumpled up, sitting in the chair, and they're running shit over him and fucking put him through the. Just fucking let him go.
Yep, absolutely.
Sure, he's got better fucking shit to do than get manhandled. Fucking 90 years old, fucking about to die. You know,
So he doesn't want to fly.
yeah, he doesn't even really want to fly at all, and you're making it way worse of an experience. Just fucking let him go.
Excuse me, sir. Could you wheel into this room?
Yeah, exactly. We think you're the guy. You're the guy.
What's in that wheelchair?
Yeah.
Oh God, I know.
Yeah.
Fucking drool on that applesauce.
That's awful, dude. They go too far with it, though, for sure.
Agreed.
But the thing is, you know what's awful, dude, is that 9/11 is the only thing I ever heard of it with any planes. We've seen movies like Delta Force and shit with the plane hijackings.
Yeah.
But I've only really heard of one, the 9/11 one. There is another one or two that I think I've read about a long time ago, which is why when we killed that dude in Libya.
Yeah.
He was part of like a long time, like back in the early 80s or late 70s. Yeah. He was the one who did some. Yeah. Right. But that's it. Yeah. That's all I've ever heard of. And even if you add those to the plane accidents, it's still like the number one safest, most awesome way to travel, dude.
Except in the last couple days, there's been private planes falling out of the
sky. No. Well, massive electrical and insulation problems and whatever.
That's why this guy does not get into planes.
It's all from the same company, right?
No, one just crashed. You're talking about the Dreamliner, I think.
Yes.
But one just crashed. 3 people just died in Florida. You know, crashed into a parking area, and then recently, there was a private plane that crashed into some housing in Indiana, I believe.
How many people did that kill, dude? So many, I bet.
Yeah. The one in yeah. Now you got it up.
Do I got to do jetliners or something?
That's what she said, dude. Yes, I caught that. Oh God.
Let me try. I guess what would I do? Plane crashes?
Wait, you had it. You're right.
I did?
There. Yeah.
Eric.
Hold on.
Eric, I forgot to ask.
Top one.
Is this a family
in the
show?
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale park lot. Okay.
Yeah.
What was it? What now?
Is this a family show?
Yes. No. Not at all.
Yeah, not at all. No, I wouldn't think.
Unless your family's cool.
Family's cool. Absolutely.
You're cool with your kid here, and fuck this and fuck that. I don't care as long as it's in a
But you
context.
get viable information as well.
Exactly.
So
whoa. Okay, let's plane crashes into Fort Lauderdale parking lot, killing 3 video and photos.
If we played the video?
This is probably just gonna be news footage.
Yeah, it's news footage.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see the footage of the actual. It's heartbreaking, but.
Wow.
Dude,
now I want to see it. I don't care what it is. I want to see it.
It's not there though.
Skip this ad.
This is ABC.
Where's the skip this ad?
I don't know. This isn't YouTube, is it?
Ad choices. Oh, you can choose a different ad.
No, ad choices is just going to bring you to their page.
Ain't nobody got
all
time
sorts
for
of
that.
ads.
Say it. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, here we go.
Sweet Brown, you're awesome.
Oh man! Well, it's not, dude. If somebody's taking a video of somebody else's
Of a
iPhone,
video, yeah.
What can that idiot just? Oh, he probably doesn't have his service enabled anymore. He can just take videos. He can't fucking post it.
That's what I do with my wildfire.
No, he was showing it for the news. He was probably for the first responders. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's rough. Those are just parked cars and a plane hit it.
Yeah, fell out of the sky.
Unreal.
A Piper PA-31.
Feel lucky, audience. You don't have to watch this.
Did you guys ever hear about the the story of the fucking the guy that oh shit, what book was it in? It was in I think it was called The Year 2000, but it was a weird thing because it was way before the year 2000. But that was the name of the book.
Reminds me of the SNL.
Yeah, The Year 2000. That was it was Conan.
Conan.
Yeah. But anyway, there was a guy. There was a guy that he was on like a I don't know if it was a fishing boat or a personal boat, whatever, yacht or something, and his boat sank. And when the insurance company asked him what sank his boat, he told them a cow fell out of the sky. And they fucking. This is what I remember reading. I'm pretty sure it was true. But he ended up doing all kinds of research into it and found out that there was a cargo plane of steer going up overhead, like a C-130 or something, and they started stampeding, and the pilots fucking opened up the door to save their own lives and dumped them out over the ocean. And fucking one of them went right through his boat, and he ended up getting the settlement.
Of course he did.
I think that's what I got to look it up now. Oh shit,
that's also
I just fucked up.
What'd you do?
I just fucking opened the program that we're using to do this podcast in a separate instance.
Multiple programs.
Yeah, multiple windows. I gotta shut this shit. Netflix, fuck you.
Netflix is awesome.
Oh yeah, it is. I just don't like any company.
Fuck you,
ads.
advertisements.
Yeah, exactly. Stop
ad
with your
blocker.
fucking ads.
Skip this ad now.
Ad blocker.
All right, so cow falls through boat.
What?
Cow falls through boat.
There's a YouTube video of that.
And what people watching don't understand is what you're seeing right now, right, is every day for us.
Right.
We sit around and have these conversations. Yeah, we're that crazy.
I put in at least 8 hours of YouTube a day.
Easy, dude.
Oh, here it is, dude. Cows do fall from the sky.
Oh, my. Is there a video?
When the United States began its run-up towards Kuwait, blah, 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 those who waged war.
December 2006 issue of Sail magazine reports that a
fishing
boat sank in the Sea of Japan when a free-falling cow scored a direct hit on the boat. Holy shit.
That's
plunged through the deck, through the fish hold, and on through the bottom of the boat. Fishermen were all rescued.
Dude.
Told their story. Nobody believed them.
Listen, surf and turf right there.
Right?
No joke.
No one believed them. They were jailed for several weeks.
What?
They thought they were lying.
Apparently, some hungry Russian soldiers captured a cow grazing near a remote airfield. When their transport plane had landed, they loaded the docile creature. This is the Russians, right? Yeah. They loaded the docile creature into the plane's cargo bay and headed for home with plans for a barbecue. But during the flight, the gentle cow decided she did not enjoy flying and became unruly. Her bucking and kicking so threatened the stability of the aircraft that the soldiers shoved her out of the cargo door 30,000 feet.
Oh, no!
The cow really did fall from the sky, and the sailors were right when they told their story. Similarly, most people now know that those who opposed our country's adventurism in Iraq were right, according to the findings of the Iraq Study Group. Oh,
listen,
no fucking way.
If a cow
awesome.
flew through your boat, wouldn't there be signs of it? You know, like some cowhide.
Well,
I think that's. Yeah, the boat sunk. The boat sunk.
Right, but you could still.
That's how we probably knew it was a cow. If a cow fell from 30,000 feet, I wouldn't know it was a cow unless there was some of it left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it would go right through at that speed.
Steak. Let's cook this.
It must have just left like a piece of it, like a leg or something.
The rug. Oh, God.
Oh, they heard it moving all the way down.
Right? Yeah.
You guys hear that?
Right. Hey, you know what I should do? I should.
Poor cow.
I wonder.
Happy cow.
I'd like to have somebody call in. I don't even know if my.
Hey, I'll call in.
Oh, my phone's off.
People have been trying to call.
Right. People have been trying to fucking.
Talk about something cool.
This fucking phone, man.
Everything we've been talking about's been cool.
Wow, is it that dead? Oh, no. What? No. Oh, it's holding down the. My bad. No.
Is it covering up
it was
the light
holding,
sensor?
No, it was holding down the volume rocker button, and I was hitting the power button at the same time. So it went into like
boot mode.
Boot mode, yeah.
Oh,
I got
God.
fucking.
Not that I know anything about that.
Fuck with my shit. Oh, I do. All my shit's rooted and fucking super usered up, man.
Mine too.
Got it when you got a piece of shit phone.
Crap.
Push it to the max.
Walmart, dude. Walmart. Maximize your CPU.
I don't get. Even then, dude. It's mine is like the worst one that U.S. Cellular even sells, and it's fucking amazing. There's nothing that
dude. I play with Amazing tonight. Sam got the new iPhone.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. There are noticeable differences between mine and like an S3 or some shit, for sure, and an iPhone. But this by itself. It's fucking awesome.
As far as that level of phone,
it's amazing that this is the worst. You know what I mean? That's amazing. I can watch people fuck on it.
She was going to get either the 4.
That's a Roganism.
Or the 4, or she was going to get the 5. And the only difference is the 5.
iPhone 4 or 5. Okay.
Yeah, so she the only difference is one of them is like a minute second faster.
And one of them has Siri and one doesn't.
Yeah, and
I mean, download Siri.
But like, even the slowest phones nowadays are just like absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, even if you look at like the middle of the road, like Samsungs and shit from 5-6 years ago, they'll trump this. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Fuck. Yep. They got some amazing shit, dude. And the middle of the road now is fucking amazing.
Dude, listen, after I rooted my Wildfire, right? It was a great phone. Then I got mad and threw it across the room. So, yeah, I don't recommend that ever.
All right, we're going to try this again.
Hey, dude.
Yeah,
dude, check it out. I'm a huge metal fan.
I'm a huge metal fan. Me too.
This is why this is funny. Can you guys see this? Can you see it? Can you see it?
Well, I can't see if we can see it.
Oh, we
can't see it.
We got the news on there.
Can you see it?
No, we got the news. We get the interwebs. The interwebs. Hello.
Interwebs up. There we go.
Can you see it? I'm a huge... No.
I can't see it. It's too bright.
Screen glare.
A little bit.
God.
Here, pass it to me.
Nice.
I got an HD cam on this side. You guys got the fucking shitty cam. My bad.
Yeah, mister, I got an HD cam. Looks so good over there, huh?
Well, it still don't.
Basically, the moral of the story, right? You see over here on this side.
I can't even see it.
There's a big metal fan talking to a guy and saying, "I'm a huge metal fan," and the guy is all heavy metaled out. Yeah,
I was tagged in this post on the face space.
You're a pretty heavy metal dude.
I try to be.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't really try. It just kind of happens.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna grab it.
One Mississippi.
We're gonna talk about you while you're gone.
So, yeah. And now it gets all silent, right? Because Eric walked out of the room.
Yeah. Well, I don't really want to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you either.
Well, we should talk about something.
Right? We're not really like this lame. We're just being dumb.
We just need some YouTube videos.
Listen, no. YouTube is the bane of our existence. We spend so much time on YouTube, dude.
I'll tell you what. I've gained so much more knowledge in my life from YouTube than any school system that I know around here could give me.
Well, that's because
I watched the video. I watched the video last night, and I learned binary code.
Yeah, it's a hands-on learning thing as opposed to something.
If they would have taken, you could save so much money on teachers and faculty at schools if everyone just watched YouTube.
Yeah.
These are the videos you need to go watch. You need to go learn this. You can learn anything in the world off of YouTube. YouTube is great.
We love YouTube.
It's an addiction.
This is probably going to end up on YouTube. More than likely. Just saying.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Can we all start talking to radio announcer voices?
Right.
In a world.
Right. Yeah. 101.7 on your FM dial.
I'm not even doing it.
Do it, John. You brought it up.
I don't want to. You can't make me.
Gotta go all Brian Moser.
Brian.
Or, Chris O'Brien. Chris O'Brien.
Chris O'Brien.
I poke fun, but he is the fucking most awesome thing that happens to fucking metal and or at least rock, local rock and shit.
Fuck yeah,
there's nobody better. Yeah. There's nobody else. I mean, not that I don't know if that didn't. I didn't mean that to sound like that, but
I think the shoe fits. He's
for sure.
Fit for what he does for our music around here.
Yeah.
Sure. They still do the Backyard Buzz?
Oh yeah. It was gone for a while. He was gone for a while. He wasn't even there. And I think he was just doing like a little bit of ad work for a while. The whole show was gone.
Yep.
And then there must have been an outcry. I bitched about it. But the hard thing for me, dude, is that a lot of times it's on at the like a wrong for me. It's on at a wrong time. I wish there was like an online archive that I could go listen to shit. You know?
Yeah, but the thing is with radio stations, I don't understand that they count on the DJ to be the talent. You know, they make all the commercials.
Right.
They do everything. They're like the performer. You wouldn't like ask somebody to go perform and be the rock star, but then you tell them exactly how and when. Okay, don't do your best song yet. Okay, wait till I...
Right.
You know, they're the person who's bringing all the fucking energy.
Yeah.
The other people are just like punching...
Yeah.
You know, whatever
I can't stand like radio's not the same as what it used to be by any. I mean, it was never really that great up here.
There should be some more DJ
real DJs.
Real DJs, absolutely. Yeah. Make music fun.
It's all satellite now. Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah, no.
But
I could deal with it if it was all satellite. Somebody needs to come up with an all satellite version that has like, well, that would be something right there. Have local DJs, like a satellite company that where their satellite is, there is a radio outpost. Yeah. That and it's all interconnected. Like the local DJ, you almost got to run for it, like an election. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're gonna be you're gonna be Caribou's DJ on this satellite network.
Yeah, right.
That's out. For every event, you're going to represent your town.
And you get paid a small amount of money to be a DJ, and it's what you want to do. That's awesome.
Part-time celebrity.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That would be fantastic.
But up here, we've never had anything. The only DJ I think there's a country one that's been around for a while. A couple of them anyway. But a rock DJ, first of all, we never had a rock station. Not a real one until 101.9.
Right.
Yeah,
and that one isn't really a real one. It's as close as we've got.
96.1 gave us like back in the 90s.
It was like the pop rock.
The pop rock.
But you weren't hearing
the call-in shows and whatever.
Yeah, and it was a local DJ.
There's been a lot of DJs up here that have done some really cool things. Their special Nick, everybody brought something. Paul Brown.
Well, yeah.
Paul Brown was one of the first ones to play local music.
Secret Dreams. Fucking Rob Graves. I remember that. And he played a lot of other shit too. Yep. For sure, there was DJs, but I mean, as far as like a rock station, they were more like the pop rock, and not anything against what they were doing. It still kick ass. Yep. Rob Graves got on the radio. A couple other bands did.
Yep.
But for as far as like a hard rock and metal kind of standpoint, there really was nothing until 101.9. Right. And now he's the last DJ left. I think there's a country one, but it's all fucking satellite now. Junk, dude. Everything, and the worst is, I listen to Mosier, and he's a good DJ. He's like a great traditional radio voice. He's got he knows what he's doing with the programs and shit. Sounds great. Sounds just like any station you hear in Boston.
Creative,
or fucking
knowledgeable.
Yeah, and professional sounding. He's got all the effects in the right spots and shit and the cool stuff. But then you listen to this fucking satellite shit they pump in when it's not him, which is 80% of the time. And it fucking sucks. Yeah. It's horrible. Like, really bad DJs, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Really hokey. Horrible hokey. And clearly not ever having worked in a real DJ
and
spot.
No offense. I like your programming, but it was very, like, Channel X kind of DJs.
Yeah.
Very kind of... I just got back from having a bathroom break. I'm drinking my coffee, and we're going back, and we're going to hit you with some more AC/DC on your weekend rock.
Right, yeah.
Dude,
and you wanted it. Here comes some Led Zeppelin. It's
really
junk.
How
So
exciting? How exciting can you be? Now, when I was working the overnight, we for a while, we were allowed to listen to the radio. We couldn't bring our own CDs in because corporate bullshit, but whatever.
Right.
So we're allowed to listen to the radio. And
they wouldn't let you have a musical identity?
Pretty much, yeah.
No, you have to be 96.1 like
if they're playing it on the radio, it's acceptable for everybody, that kind of mentality.
Right. But what if it's not acceptable to you because it's fucking shit music?
Yeah.
It doesn't... what's wrong with Air Supply?
But the thing was, we got the syndicate radio comes in, and you can like pretty much guess the set list.
Right.
Straight out. Next song, you're going to hear Pink Floyd. Oh, you're going to hear Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah. 100%. On all that satellite shit? Oh, yeah.
All of it.
If you listen to it every day, Fuck yeah. 10:30. Oh yeah, here comes the Bad Company. I think it's gonna be Feel Like Making Love. I'm not sure, but it'll be right in that ballpark. When it comes on is when you know.
Yep.
When you're like, wow, this was on the same time yesterday, and so were the other 4 songs before it.
Yes.
Not exactly same order. Pretty damn close. There's a pattern that I'm catching after a week.
And what I'm angry about is
the packagedness.
You know what? People need to stop being afraid. There's, you know, let the media do what they're going to do. Let them try to sell shit. Just don't buy it. Well, go to your underground and don't bitch about what they're trying to feed you. Just go eat somewhere else. You know.
The problem is that the especially like radio stations. I mean, record companies have been doing it for years. They got fucking focus groups that go out and figure out what's going to be the best return for them in this scenario and these people, and doing surveys and this and that, so they know what's going to sell and what ain't. And radio stations, it's way even easier because they got an algorithm, and like it or not, I mean, I fucking hate it, but apparently it works because they make a fuck ton of money. And when they're really not about the music, they're about the ads that they can pull in. Well, then you're limiting, because a lot of the ads will go away if you play shit that those people don't like. You put fucking obituary on the radio. You watch McDonald's pull their ads out of fucking Sirius Radio or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
I like
exactly. But to that company, not good. And they won't let it happen. They'll keep everything nice and easy to have all the business. Fuck the independence of the radio station. Fuck the individuality of people liking this tune and not this pre-packaged.
Fuck the fan base.
Yeah,
you know,
it's really
you're on to the new thing or you're just old school.
You've said it before a million times, dude. Here's your pre-packaged classic rock bundle for 101.9 and 98% of the time. Here it is. Here you go. Here's your fucking Leonard Skinner song.
You have to love it, even though it's 30 years old. It's what we like. It's the marketing.
It's
thing,
not so much too that those bands that they play that I don't like them. It's just they play the same ones and the same songs all the time into the ground.
Even like one of Maine's best stations, the TOS. You know.
They kind of went that route.
They give you your metal, but then during the day
you got to deal with it.
You listen to CCR.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, you know.
Exactly.
But at least they give you the new
you
stuff.
Got your evenings.
You get your mix. You get your drive home. You get things done right the way it's a fan base, and that radio station has a fan base.
Yeah.
This one up here, we're just like, this is what you get. So
Well, now it's because of the satellite radio industry, I think, because now everything's flown in. There's no DJs. There's one or two, and that's why TOS, I think, kind of is still holding on that route, because that's how they started. They didn't start, they were a fan-based radio station, big college support and all that kind of stuff. We never had a station like that up here, really. We had 96.1. I was into that, WDHP and shit. I remember, but it wasn't like, oh, this station is fucking. There was no.
It wasn't for us.
There was a fan base. People would listen to it, but it wasn't like, hey, I support this radio station.
A fan base. Like you would support your band.
Your band, and that's what TOS had. They had that in the pocket from the get. They're kind of bending a little bit because they got to probably for advertisements and shit and whatever else. But whatever.
And I wish that the radio station would put more stock into like the backyard buzz and stuff.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Well, let's have a backyard buzz sponsored concert sponsored by the radio station.
He should have
invest some money and put on events.
Dude.
Let's really do it up.
Exactly.
That's the only way it's going to build.
Yeah. Well, if it was going to be that route, dude, I mean, I wish. You'd have to get out of underneath the umbrella of whatever that is. What's the company? Empire? No, not Empire.
Is it Umbrella Company?
The Umbrella Corp.
It is. It's it's goddamn fucking Mila Jovovich taking over the radio.
The Umbrella Company.
Dude, good call on the Resident Evil Umbrella
Fuck
Corp.
Yeah. Yeah, they thought they just... it's kind of like what they did. They basically made... all radio into fucking zombie music, dude. They destroyed it, but kind of kept it going.
Dude, the worst part is we have all of this new media, be it YouTube, be it the freaking podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
You have all of this stuff you could do as opposed to just...
Yeah, that's the other thing, too.
Cookie cutter.
I barely listen to the radio, and it's even if we had a really good station... maybe if we had a really good station, I would listen more often. Right. But the only time I really listen to radio is in my car. I'm in there maybe half hour a day, tops.
Yeah.
You know,
my phone's plugged in. It's on either Pandora or Spotify.
Yeah. And a lot of times I'm listening to CDs.
That's
and
you
shit.
choosing your route you want to go.
Yeah.
There's nobody.
Sometimes I will listen to Bob and Sherry in the morning. Sometimes not as much anymore because they're a little too kind of clean for me. And they're funny though. They're a good show.
They have their moments.
They have a good show. What they need up here is a morning show. Mosier's got to do
their own Bob and Sherry.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I totally. Everybody would listen to that on the way to work.
Absolutely,
I would.
I'd want to see those people in the community.
Exactly. That's the main reason why I listen to the Mosier show. Well, and the tunes he plays are fucking right up my alley. A lot of them. He will still kind of play it's a request time, so he'll still play some Skinner every once in a while. But fuck, you want to hear Def Leppard and shit, and fucking Sebastian Bach and fucking all that shit. It's gonna be on, you know.
Give me some Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, Slaughter, fucking, you know.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate though. It's only like 2 hours a day.
Well, that's
it's shitty that we have to we just gotta swallow it. Here's 2 hours of pretty good stuff.
I don't ever listen to the radio, dude.
No, me neither.
Ever. So I couldn't tell you what they're playing at this point in life.
Junk.
I'm sure.
All junk.
That's why I stopped listening to the radio.
Yeah, exactly.
It's either CDs have burned.
Yep.
Or my
even
phone.
For me now, radio is such a. The only time I'll actually turn on the radio is if I'm in my truck and I realize, oh shit, it's 6 o'clock and it's Thursday, and that's when the Backyard Buzz is, and I'll make it. But it's so rarely that I remember that, and I'm in my truck and it's 6 o'clock, and I notice it at the same time. No, very rarely, and dude, unfortunately.
It's easy enough. Like I was talking about, to throw something on Facebook. Backyard Buzz tonight, bang. You know what I mean? To remind somebody with that.
You know what he should do? He might already even do this. He should have a website.
Agreed.
With downloadable links to all the audio that is loaded on the Backyard Buzz. Those dudes aren't making any money off of those CDs. They gave them the CDs to play them.
Yeah.
You know, I've got shit on there. Brian's got shit on there. You got shit on there. Fucking Unlucky Joe or Rock Docs. None of them would care.
No, download it, check it out.
Yeah, or at least not let them download it. Just have it in a streaming format
file.
Only.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
can do it that way,
but if you're halfway fucking not stupid, you can just record it anyway off of a streaming thing. That's easy. Just get a recording program.
Destination as
or just fucking play it and record it into an audio. Yeah. That's what I do.
Wave file.
Yeah.
Yes, I love being a geek.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I can't find, like Hughes Turner Project. I've looked for the torrent and I can't find it anywhere, and I want it. It's a 3 CD, and it's fucking awesome. So I'm gonna go to YouTube and I'm gonna record every single, because they'll have them on there, all the songs.
Excuse me, what are these torrents that you speak of?
Well, here's the thing. As far as music, dude, the big gripe now is movies, right?
Yeah,
people don't want to be. Well, the biggest one for a long time was music, because fucking Lars Ulrich and bullshit, pussy fucking bitch. But that's a whole. Right, grab a seat.
let me make a point real quick before you sit down and go off, okay? You need to get back in frame real quick. But look, you see this?
Yes.
You see this? I support the bands that I love, as do you.
Right.
I buy their merch.
Right, exactly.
I go to their concerts.
Absolutely.
I'm a merch hound.
Yeah.
I spend ridiculous.
I know, yeah.
That's not because I like to flout the, hey, I'm the biggest fan. You know what?
You're into that band.
I travel
exactly.
To see a band.
I drove 8 hours to get here, and I'm buying your shirt too. Fuck yeah.
Devin
you
Townsend.
know?
I've gotten mad at people
Sebastian
for
Bach.
Sebastian Bach. I mean, come on.
Black Label Society. I'm going to throw one in there too.
Well, you represent, you know.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And that's a mentality that people need to really start to grasp.
Well,
in all aspects of our living, from the way the government controls us to the way that the radio stations tell us what we can and can't listen to. So,
dude, I was gonna do something, but I'm totally not. 'Cause it'll look totally horrible on camera, dude. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Is that?
You know what I was gonna do, don't you?
Well, here's the other thing for me. The excuse me. I think that's all done. The other thing for me is the oh shit, what were we just talking about? The music, but the
merching.
Merching.
Merch.
Right. Well, as far as like downloading albums on, is that what I think it? Wait a second. What was in that?
No.
Same old, dude.
Was that what I think it is? I taste it now. A little tiny bit.
No. Well, that's where it's been.
Oh, okay. Wow, I caught that though.
Yeah.
Very little, very slight.
Oh my!
Somebody had some salvia. Salvia.
This is not an
Didn't even notice
endorsement.
it until I was like, "Wow!" And it just tasted. Well, anyway, so what I was saying, the music deal with like torrents and like Res and all the I don't even do a Res and all them anymore. Do you guys? I do torrents.
Well, I do the Spotify. And
Spotify's cool.
my point though is going to make on Spotify. You're bringing up Lars and stuff. Is just recently Metallica has added their entire catalog to Spotify.
I know they're trying to be all trendy now.
Hey, we're sorry about that.
Yeah.
Damn it,
Money
The thing with them
bastards.
dudes, look, it's okay to be a money grubbing bastard
Not
if that's
that
what
bad.
if that's what you're doing. But with Metallica, they were the one band who was not supposed to do that.
They started off.
They
with
were the ones
tradings of
exactly.
music.
They were
Yeah.
the ones that were all about the music. Fuck all the money.
They're fucking
Fuck the
diehard.
record companies.
Diehard.
We are, and they were. That was them. They were fuck yeah. We're all about the music, all about our fans, all about the metal.
No matter
End
what.
of story.
Yeah.
No matter what. And then when first of all, when they sold out Black Album, that sucked, and everything after that sucked. Black Album was great. We've said it before.
Puppets is the
Commercial
Yeah,
hit.
commercial hit. Yeah, great album. Too bad Metallica couldn't have been there to do it. That's what I always say.
Bob Rock.
Every bit of it was awesome. It was well written, well played, well recorded.
Oh, yeah. But it just wasn't Metallica.
Where did Metallica go? Yeah, know. But anyway, so anything after that, then they the Lars Ulrich bullshit. He comes out against fucking Napster and shit, and we're messing with our money. And then it was like, what the? That's when they really sold out. It was like, what? Long story short, back to the original point, the music industry, as far as downloading like albums off the internet, don't worry about that.
No.
Dude, because
God, please.
I was just
No.
listening to David Lee Roth on Rogan a couple
They
of
need
weeks
you
ago.
to. They need you to.
Yeah, because you are fucking people over when you do that.
Yeah.
You're fucking over the record companies that
Fuck
fucked
them.
over the bands that we love.
Fuck them.
Devin
Yeah.
Townsend said it best, dude. I know you're not buying my albums. Buy a T-shirt.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
And that's where they make their money. They make their money off the T-shirts and the merch and the tours.
Yep.
That's why every band tours the fuck out of everything, because they don't make shit.
Absolutely.
They make like 8 cents on every $10 album that they sell.
Yeah.
They don't make shit.
Where are you getting $10 brand new albums? Buddy?
Well, no, not new albums, but like no.
ones.
Now they're like 15 to 25 somewhere in there. But they make like a super small. I mean, if they made 8 cents on 10, they're gonna make 16 cents on 20.
Dude,
you know,
listen.
even if they made $1, it's like what?
Record stores
You
aren't
know?
going to be around for too much longer.
No,
I hope so. I love me
I
some
like.
Bull Moose.
Well, I
I know.
think
Bull
record
Moose is
stores
such
are gonna
a
be.
fun store.
They are. I think they'll last longer than they should, if anything.
I agree.
They'll last longer than like they'll last like if it was on like an 8-track, it would have gone to where DVDs are. You know what I
But
mean?
with you can't find the bands that you like
Right.
at Walmart,
Right.
where everything is this is the best and you better take it because this is just it. This is just it. You're programmed to take that shit.
Right.
Well, you know what's
But
eventually.
you go to a Bull Moose and you can go find your favorite bands.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to go and buy the popular album that's on the radio. I'm going to go there and buy an album, and I don't mind spending $25 on an album if it's for a particular band who's saying something cool. One of my
Right.
particular favorites. I'm just not going to.
Well, eventually they will go the wayside, I think, record stores, but only because everything is going to be digital at some point. The only reason to go into record stores really to go in now is because there is a lot of shit that wasn't in that format or online, that kind of thing. But eventually, everything's going to be online.
Yeah, but
There's
you're
gonna
still
be-
going to have your nostalgia freaks.
Yeah, and you're
going to
have the old.
Of,
Oh,
LPs,
probably. Oh, probably.
LPs and
Yeah,
everything.
they got vinyl shit still coming out on labels. That's only going to stay a niche for so long. It could stay for the long, for a long duration. But as far as a mainstay, like you look how many record stores there are now, and there won't be as many, I don't think, in 20 years. It'll dwindle down. Eventually, it'll almost be non-existent.
One bull moose in Maine.
Right.
Here's a point that I have. Like, he makes a point with Bull Moose because it's not just a record store.
No, it's an everything. It's a merch store
kind
too.
of like Newberry Comics.
Yes,
It's kind of the same thing. It's the niche store.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to go there.
Newberry Comics. Where was that? Is that Portland?
New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Born in Portland. I mean, shit. Aren't you wearing something you got from Newberry Comics right now?
I am. My bottle
so
opener.
am I.
Yeah, that's
So,
right. That's right.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
If
The niche
nobody's
stores, they're great.
nobody's seen that, it's a really cool looking ring that is also a bottle opener.
Oh no, I'm not wearing mine.
And you
Normally I load
turn
up
it
with
around.
rings, and not tonight.
That's
Because I didn't.
it's only useful when you get
Drink.
bum rushed with a Heineken, or
Dude, I opened
or
them
a
shits with
fucking
my
Corona.
wedding ring, dude. Wedding ring.
Yep.
Done. No, not so
I
much.
used to see people do it with their teeth and shit.
I break my shit off, dude.
Oh, just the feel of that, and man, I think my Uncle Tim used to do that. He used to bite it off with his teeth. Did you ever see? Did you ever see that commercial where there's a couple guys at a bar and they're all popping off beer caps. One takes it on the side of his jaw and twists it and punk, and it pops off, and the other one takes it into his eye socket and he pops it off that way. And there's a girl sitting next to him, and the bottle goes below the bar. That was the best, man. I love that. That was some smart shit. You know what's really ridiculous though? Any of those funny commercials, the funnier a commercial is, the less you remember what the commercial was for. I can't even really think of any time. Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh.
Is this what I think it is this time?
It depends. What do you think it is? Do you think it's awesome? Because if you think it's awesome, it is.
It's green M&Ms.
I like green M&Ms.
It's the keys in the green notebook.
Mana.
I used to call
Dude.
So, incidentally, let's see if that's still going. Yeah, incidentally, earlier, if anybody's watching, probably there's like nobody watching. There's probably like 2 people watching. If there's anybody watching, the phone number is 551-7678. And I would particularly like somebody to call in. You don't have to have any specific questions or anything or any thing to say. Just call in. I want to see if this stupid phone jobby I have set up here works. It'd be great. Maybe I should just call somebody. That'd be even better.
Dude,
who am I going to call?
If you call me, does it still count as a call-in?
Well, it would, but we'd probably get stuck in some crazy fucking feedback loop.
Oh, dude.
Where it winds up fucking... I think it would get fucked up.
Hello?
What, you're going to call me?
No.
Who should I call here?
Ghostbusters.
It's very hard to scroll.
Dude, I'm really glad I didn't wear my Pantera shirt today.
Is it I don't have my glasses on. Is it 11? Oh, it's 11:40 almost. Holy shit.
Holy, we're rolling.
Oh, hey, let me tell Sam to call me.
She's in bed.
Oh, she's in bed? Okay. Let's scroll up here.
I'm checking my dad.
Say Jim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't... everybody on my list of people are all sleeping.
That's my problem, too. Everybody ain't sleeping.
Yeah, they don't make shit on their fucking albums though, so I don't really have any problem, especially when it comes to old shit. When I heard David Lee Roth say that, dude, he's like, "Go ahead and download my shit, man. Fuck them guys, you know. I make like 8 cents. I can do without the 8 cents. Thanks. Go ahead, download my shit. You know."
Most people thinking they're getting freaking quite a bit of it, and not really. Not when you stop to think of the shit you used to get it.
Yeah, and look at the shitty contracts that a lot of our bands had to sign to get signed.
Yeah, and you see them today, and they are working it hard,
just
like they did in the beginning.
Touring, making their money,
and they're busting their ass.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Yeah, still going through it. Fuck yeah. Warrant's still fucking rocking out every once in a while too.
Yep.
I've seen them they were doing some interview.
Rest in peace, Janie Lane.
Yeah,
Janie.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
But Sebastian Bach, dude, he does it all. Carries
his
own gear practically.
Fuck it.
You know, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
He's got fucking Vinnie Vincent working on his new album with him.
And Steve Stevens.
Or not Vinnie Vincent. I'm sorry, Steve Stevens. Yes, that was so exciting because when you Anybody listen to this? Don't think Steve Stevens, Billy Idol. That's not really. No. Steve Stevens was awesome in that.
Steve Stevens, like Vince Neil.
Vince Neil, Exposed.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That whole fucking album. I didn't know he was that good.
Oh no.
I mean, I knew he was
awesome, dude.
I knew he was real good.
And if you don't go check it out.
Oh man,
yeah, he did
go fucking download that for free on the internet.
John 5 came back and did another song too on the album.
John 5 is a great
on the new one,
on the new album as well.
Wait, the new one that they're doing right now.
The new one that they haven't released yet.
Right,
and then Sebastian's also got.
So who's on it now? Is it still Jarm Jack or however you?
New
Johnny
guitar
Formatic.
player, I believe Jeff George is his name. Jeff George
on
guitar.
And Steve Stevens.
Jeff George is like his new lead player.
Oh, I thought he was playing with Steve Stevens.
Steve Stevens came in and did a track or something.
Oh, okay. So he didn't do,
and so didn't John 5 or came in as a collaboration.
Right.
I know after the most of the
Steve Stevens ain't going on tour with him.
Yeah.
Then it's the other guy.
Yeah, I remember before the U.S. tour, Sebastian's got done. There was some shows in New York where Steve Stevens and Sebastian got up and.
No shit.
Rocked out together. So I knew there was going to be a collaboration. So I was excited when they announced that.
Yeah, no shit.
Whoa,
Kick ass.
Whoa. All right, I'm good.
Yeah, that fucking. So is it still the same guy on drums?
Bobby Jarzambek.
Yeah, Jarzambek. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's awesome. Been doing him backwards and shit.
He gets two metal horns way up.
Fucking big time, dude.
Incredible drummer. Absolutely a great drummer.
Yeah, way underrated. I didn't realize until I actually listened to it. I didn't even give that album
I told
Remember
him.
when we came down to that? I didn't even give the album a chance. We just bought that album because we're going down to the show.
Yeah, we didn't even know.
But
like a couple days before, the Sebastian Bach's coming to fucking Maine.
Right.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Then we went to fucking what we were just talking about. We went to the record store before the Asylum in Bangor, Bull Moose.
Bull Moose, yeah.
So we
bought
go
the
in
album
there,
from
get
Bull
that
Moose
album,
to Portland.
But Steel Panther came out with Balls Out, and I was more excited for that because I hadn't. Not good at all. Yeah. Not. It's a weird thing. Like it's not. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah, but you were expecting another follow up.
I was expecting better writing.
The
formula was there. We agree on that. The formula was all there.
We needed them to give us an Adrenalize.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, that kind of was their Adrenalize because Adrenalize is kind of like the weaker carbon copy.
Points of Hysteria.
Yeah. And that's what I thought Balls Out was. It was okay. Like the formula was all right. They're super talented,
but it's dated. The Tiger Woods songs.
I know. Yeah. Just bad songwriting, and let's rush out another album. That's what.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I don't know. That first album was great.
I know, dude. What they should have done, and I've said it a million times, dude. They should have first album, keep it as it was, come out, and it was awesome, badass, every tune on it, and hilarious at the same time.
Yep.
What they should have done is the very next album. Okay, we're goofing around there. Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And come out with a real album. No fucking jokes. Go really bring back the genre for real.
You are that
Still
good,
keep your
so
stage aspect, you know what I mean? Because
it's awesome.
That's a full-time shtick with them.
The antics and
they don't stop.
Stunts.
They're never out of character.
Absolutely. It's fucking great.
Dude,
it's awesome. Yeah, it is.
I have a DVD.
They might... sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to... I have a DVD of them, and they were still called Metal School.
Metal School, yeah.
And they were the same people then.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. Never out of character. They're always the same people.
Oh, yeah, same dudes. Yeah. Didn't have to change it because it was some sort of contract with another band called Metal School or something.
I don't even remember.
And what's weird is that they had that good of a... Well... They only had really a local following. I never heard of them before I heard of Steel Panther. Yeah. And you can go back and you can find videos, but I never knew them because I never lived in L.A.
Wow.
But what's funny is they were all over the place. They were the band that did that Visa card commercial,
Yep.
Love Rocket.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were the fucking band.
Yeah.
And that was a fucking... Metal School tune, Love Rocket. It was like a little 1.5 minute song on their first album that I dug up. It had like 4.
Yep.
It had like 1 or 2 songs on it and like 3 kind of skits. It was like a wannabe kind of Jack Black and Kyle Gass there. Yeah. But yeah, they had the lead singer, fucking
Michael Starr.
Michael Starr. What the fuck? I can't. Wow, that's one of my favorite bands too. Michael Starr. He was in Rockstar.
Yep.
He was the dude that was walking out as the other guy was walking in. Fucking yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome though. But the second album, I don't know. It should have just been a real album. They could have really imagine.
Bring it on the third one.
Yeah.
People,
if it didn't work, go back to Funny. But you guys are so talented.
Yeah, but you don't need to be quirky. To be funny and humorous.
Yeah. Right.
I can find some funny and chuckle-worthy material, like you listen to the Cherry Pie album.
Right. That's still awesome, but it's looking,
Ode to Tipper Gore.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
You,
I liked Warren was a weird one, dude. They had shit that when they came out with it, I didn't like it. But then I look back at it, and I'm like, wow, that was fucking way ahead of its time. Like, Hole in My Wall, dude. That was a fucking badass tune. I loved it. Yeah. Same with it. If you guys ever listen to anything, and then, well, you will.
I listen to a lot of things.
But listen, this is the best advice on an album I could give you, is that fucking, I never knew this until, I believed it when Brooks played one song from it. Brooks Masral played one song from it. And I was like, wow. And I never checked it out again until just this last year, was the Motley Crue album without Vince Neil.
Oh, God.
With
John Corabi, dude.
Awesome, dude. Metal. And then John Corabi is a bad motherfucker. He has awesome shit.
Yeah, great.
But that album was the best Motley Crue album.
Oh, absolutely. I
thought.
Yeah. I go with you on that.
Even it's not. I won't say better than like the top Vince Neil shit. But
Dr. Feelgood. And
shit. I won't say better. Just totally different. Yeah. Way ahead, like a decade ahead of its time.
Yeah.
You know, as far as like the sound and the production quality and shit, and the whole vibe of it was just fucking badass. Yeah.
Badass, not just badass.
Metal is fun.
Right, yeah. It was, dude. It was. It was fucking awesome.
Horns for everybody. Yeah. So look, I was just noticing, right, as I'm looking in the monitor.
Yeah.
There's some color over there. Not so much color.
Because of light.
And that fucking camera shits the bed, dude.
Yeah, and
that's
have nothing to do.
Well, if that light right there could be turned on, that one over there, the smaller one.
We need a bulb.
A bulbous bulb.
Right? Bulbous bouffon.
Yeah. So enough about our lighting problems.
Right. I know I got another bulb somewhere.
But where?
I don't know. Hold on. I can go just grab
And here he goes. And we're off to the land of bulbs and honey.
The bulbous bulb.
The bulbous bulb. That sounds like a light bulb bar. The bulbous bulb. Or like a vegan.
You know, I'm really excited for the day that, like, the county catches up with the times,
yeah.
And we can get some actual rock shows up here that mean something to people,
I agree, dude, but I think people up here are so close-minded about things that they don't want to take a risk like that.
Well, I don't know, you don't need to be, like, waterfront big.
Well, no. I know. But
to bring a good time,
But you know a lot of people up here when it comes to stuff like that. They're worried about the hooligans and the yahoos.
Yeah, but the thing is with that, though...
There's hooligans and yahoos out there right now.
All the time.
I think we got... I bet you we got rid of a lot of that. Hang on here. I bet you we got rid of a lot of that when we had the Fish concerts up here. The first one was everybody was all stressed out. But after I can't remember if it was after the first one or after the second one, but I remember... all the people that were all worried about all them hippie kids and all them partiers and this and that, nobody had nothing bad to say about any of them. Every one of them had like a crazy story, like people with Boys Garage. Some of them broke down and they didn't have any money left. And
dude, I have
they worked. Stories. They worked right on. They cleaned up our yard and we fixed our van and they were real cool people. No problem at all. Fucking never had any problem.
Yep.
And I think a lot of that went away. I'm sure there's still going to be some of it.
But that's
God, yes.
There's always the fucking
haters. Most of that is hooligans that were already here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But that being said, there's a difference between Fish and, say, Slaughter.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Smaller crowd, but maybe a little more violent. Not violent, but just more drinking oriented.
Yeah.
Fish is a vibe. You know, they're a fucking Grateful Dead.
It's also a poster child. You know, they're going to be there enforced to take away their activity.
Right.
They're going to take away their pipes and all their twisted.
The thing is, if we had something like that up here, we kind of did, but not really. It just wasn't done right, in my opinion. We've talked about this before. We're just people up around here don't know how to do a rock show.
No.
It's unfortunate, and a lot of people have the best laid plans and the best intentions, but they just don't know how to do it. It's like they've never been to a concert. How a concert?
Oh yeah.
And look at I'm gonna call names right out, but whatever. Not people's names, but Rock the Valley.
Oh yeah.
Rock the Valley is like the biggest, most awesome, shitty thing. It's just fucking never. It's like it's almost no.
Well,
it doesn't.
Blue Oyster Cult
Rock the Valley once, right?
Yes, but see, that's the claim to fame, and it was one time, and they had a bad experience. They said they were assholes, and they never really did any more big name. You know, they did it. I think somebody else, but that was it. That's the only one you can ever name that was really awesome.
Yeah,
There are other ones, tribute bands, that are good.
Yeah,
but they ruined the event. Like the bands are sometimes great, you know, but that's
something we as a people need to address as well.
Yeah,
we need to bring what we want to bring. We need, even if it's someone local.
Right.
You know, Nashville or a big city, let's say Boston, they put out bands, Extreme, Aerosmith, and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And when they push out a band, the band like represents like
that area.
Yeah. So
they've got that fucking Seattle sound or the Boston sound. Yes. You know.
But like, you know, there's so many genres of music, especially metal.
Oh yeah.
It's different places around the world have their own kind of metal and whatnot. Why can't we just, you know, we don't need to bring in a big name band.
Yeah.
But we're going to bring our local boys up and we're going to make them look as
good
as we would a national
act. Yeah.
You know.
It should be like, I don't know. When I look at like that Rock the Valley dude, they just fuck up the basics of it. Like, you don't come out after every band is done and start talking to the crowd because you're the promoter of the event or the guy who's in charge of it.
You stop and you look around. That was awesome, and then you come back. And
you guys ready? You gotta go. Yes, exactly.
Boom.
Some music playing or something. If there's a couple minutes of a wait, fine. But then have a, you know,
I don't need a master of ceremony to come out.
Now
we're moving on to the next
Exactly. Part. It's like a fucking high school talent show when they do it like that. Oh, great job for those guys, you know? You may as well be wearing like a fucking 70s zoot suit and all right, you know, just fucking really. And it's nothing against anybody who does that in that, but it's just, it's not the way you do that. You just don't do. And another thing you definitely don't do is you definitely don't split up a bunch of tribute bands over 3 days and charge a 3-day ticket price versus
one day.
One day, once, and that's it. That's all I got. Nobody's got 3 days off.
No.
To go consider. You're cutting out all your crowd, and you're taking out. Well, actually, you're not taking out all your crowd. Everybody will go, but they will go on different nights.
Yeah.
So you might have 2,000 people on the first night, and then 3,000 people on the second night, and maybe another 3, or maybe 2 or 4 on the. It's not, the numbers aren't that high, but you could blow your wad on 2 kick-ass bands and combine it all into one night. And everybody will go. A lot more people than the sum of those 3 nights, I bet. If you had some name events, name bands, and for the same amount of money,
and boy, you save so much money.
You would save you would save so much that you'd be able to spend more.
Yes,
and you would take in enormously more, and everybody would love it, and everybody would go. I don't understand the mentality of having. You could even book 2 tribute bands. Forget a national. 2 really good tribute bands. And you could still fucking make really good money and spend the same amount or more. You know, you'd free up more money. So you'd be able to spend more. Or you'd just be able to spend less.
Right.
Whichever way you'd want to look at it. Right. You know. But, yeah, they don't fucking do that. I guess they're... Waltman's all done there, I guess. That's what Tony was saying. Jesse Waltman, he's all, or just, was it Waltman or Whiteman? Waltman, Jesse Waltman, the guy who he was the guy who set the Rock the Valley up and shit. He's all done. They don't. I think it's like a committee or something. I don't know how it works. But it's like a city-run thing. Yeah, they should do that here in Caribou. Why does Troy Haney have to fucking back the whole thing? They should do like a. I wonder what it would take to get the city to go on board with something like that. If you could really string something up,
absolutely, that'd be awesome.
I wonder if they would. That's an investment, and it's a good one if it's done right.
Seek out local talent to do it.
Right. Don't. Local talent maybe to open up, but pull one name up here. People will go to it, dude. There's fucking nothing up here.
Yeah.
You just can't be silly about it and do like we're gonna have $40 ticket price for somebody that's not really worth $40.
Unless you're planning on camping, and then it's $80.
Yeah,
you know.
And it'd be $5 a can of beer, and you can't bring your own. You can't do any of that. It has to be wide open, ticket price. That's it. Come on in, have a good time.
Yeah.
It's outside, you know. Yeah. Just have security there. It's, you know, I don't know. It's too much. I hate to say it, but it was like I don't think it was gouging so much as he was really worried that he didn't want to lose his shirt. You know what I'm talking about? When it was, you know, and he didn't want to. He did lose. I don't think he lost money. I think he just barely made any. But even if he lost, you know, he said it going in. Even if he lost a little money, big deal. He spent $2,000 to make 2,000 people have a good time. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. But I think it would have. That first one, what's it called? The douchebags that came in.
Oh, the Theory
of Dead Man and Eve 6 douchebags, totally. Except for, I'll never forget their name, but I'm forgetting it now. Hold on, don't tell me. Fuck. 12 Stones. 12 Stones. 12 Stones were fucking badass. They were fucking awesome. They hung out and fucking coolest, and they hung out late because we didn't show up. We didn't get to hook up with them dudes until way later when we were partying in the back area there in the campground.
Then they passed out, and then I had to go back for my beer.
Yeah. By the way, 30 pack we brought.
I'll take that back.
Since your girl's crashing,
dicks.
Yeah. Well, it was. I mean, it was like shit. It was just crack. It was like one out of it.
Yeah, I just walked.
It was like 6 beers and then fuck that. We'll find some more, you know. But Jesus,
I just walked 5 miles for a 30 pack.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to be rock stars?
Those guys were cool. Eve 6 and fucking Theory of a Dead Man were bitches, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Eve 6, I wouldn't expect a whole lot from. But.
Well, I couldn't expect the attitude from Eve 6. I didn't expect it from either band. But I kind of justified it with Theory of a Dead Man.
And we're not talking about their sound. We're talking about
they just suck.
Their attitudes. We were backstage, people, and they ran to the tour bus.
Oh, yeah.
They ran.
Oh, yeah. No. They got their security out. No. You're not touching. You're not saying hi.
Yeah.
And all we wanted to do, it's not like I'm a big Theory fan. You know what I mean? I just wanted to say, hey, thanks. Thanks for coming up. That's awesome.
But you could have signed the guitar.
Yeah.
That's how you
and not
don't
tried to
sell
skip
t-shirts.
the fucking state with it.
Yeah.
That's how you don't sell T-shirts.
Yeah. And a band like that, well, first of all, that was a mistake to hire that band. It was way too much money for that band. They're an old.
God.
I mean, there's. Well, I'm not even trying to shit on them because I don't like them now. They're an okay band to have, but they're an opener. They're still a name, but they're a high-level opener.
I would never gone to a festival that they were the headliner.
No, they're not a headliner band.
They can't do it.
But they're a big opener. They open for Motley Crue. Yeah. You got to be a fucking pretty big band to open for Motley Crue, but you're still the opener.
Yeah.
You're not the main event.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably their first main event.
They just have that. They have that Kroger formula. So
yeah.
They're sellable. They're listenable to.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's that whole power trip thing again, though, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about them just running away. It's because they can. They don't have to stand around and sign.
No, yeah. And bands like that, dude, I don't see. I see them as being like fucking Foo Fighters just jerked off a couple loads everywhere, and you know what I mean. And bands like Kroger just fucking there you go. See how long those last. And then just like weed plants that like 7 of them will stick around, but 15 of them will die out. You know, whatever. You know, just like anything else. It's just like a few make it, but the other ones are just carbons. of carbons, you know.
Theory and Nickelback are pretty close.
Oh, very close. Nickelback will be around for a while. I can't even help it, dude. Some of them tunes come on like, fuck yeah, that's an awesome tune, but I hate you. I hate you, fucking faggots. But god damn, that's a badass tune.
Yeah.
That one, what's the one? Not Porn Star Dancing. That's another tune, but that's another band. But
fuck yeah,
that's a good tune too. But it's a very Nickelback.
That's My Darkest Days. Zach Wild played guitar on one of them.
What's the other? Burn It to the Ground. That's a good one. We used to do that other fucking. She takes it in the ass or something. No,
something in your mouth.
Something in your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nickelback. Oh, something in your mouth.
Oh, she likes to shake her ass. She likes to shake her ass. Yeah, okay, that's what I was. Takes it in the ass. That's awful.
Freudian slip.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Only I'm already out of my fucking Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Right.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
That's not an endorsement.
Not an endorsement. No.
Not an endorsement.
What time do we start?
10 o'clock?
No, after 10. Like 20 after 10.
Like 20 after 10.
I would say quarter after 10, maybe.
That's a pretty good podcast.
If you've been watching this whole time, you are awesome.
Call in
we'll
and
have to
let
go
us
back
know.
and we'll have to go back and look at the. I'm not sure how well that counter works that I have on the site.
I'm watching the clock. It's 11:59 on your computer there.
Oh yeah.
So.
It's
Yeah.
59 on my cell phone as well.
Right.
So, yay. So, about to
That was it.
Right.
Yeah.
Call it.
Call it.
Who are we calling?
So that was the. I wish we could get this. I have this awesome intro music and outro music, but I can't get it to work for you guys.
We had enough problems tonight just getting started. So
Right. Yeah. Just I'll tweak it throughout the week, and we will come back Sunday at 9. Hopefully at 9 if nothing else goes wrong between now and then. But I think I'm not going to go on the computer at all and just leave it fucking sitting.
Don't break
awesome.
it. Don't break it.
What's that? Oh,
don't
yeah.
break it.
No, I'm not going to break it. So I'm Eric Gustin. That's Brian Greenwood. And that's Big John. See you guys later.
Later on.
Awesome.
I had to piss for like an hour. Yeah.